Hi, lovies. Happy New Year, and welcome back to Simply Me. And so it is just so amazing to be in the year 2022. I'm recording this on the 2nd, so I'm glad to have made it this far into the new year. And so, with that being said, it's the new year. So, today's video, I want to talk about reflecting, taking a look over my life. So, stay tuned. With it being the new year, I found myself over the past week or so just doing a self evaluation, so to speak. And I was looking back over my childhood and kind of asking God, reveal those things to me that I had not dealt with, or those things that I've encountered that I don't know have had an effect on me. For instance, and I won't get too much in detail in this video, but for instance, when I was about 5 years old or so, I had a relative pass away in front of me. And I didn't ever think about how that may have had an effect on me, how I process emotions and who knows, what else. But those were one of the things that came to mind. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember it. I remember that day clear as day, like it was yesterday. And I wonder what kind of effect, psychologically, emotionally, that has had on me, along with, friendships and even sexual relationships that when you're with someone, you're just sharing just about everything with them, right? So there's also a spiritual exchange that's taking place. And so I was asking, well, how had those experiences shaped me? Or is there anything that I should be, denouncing and renouncing from those relationships? And I am just on a cleanse. I'm getting rid of everything. If I hadn't dealt with it, it's going to be dealt with. It's going to be brought to the altar. I am taking it to the foot of the cross because I want to be free. I want to be free to I want to be able to elevate. I want to be able to go into the next level where spiritually, in my ministry, in my career, and I don't want anything hindering me from doing that. Another thing that I was thinking about is I'm from Haiti. Ooh, ooh. Haitian Independence Day was yesterday, so everybody is eating soup jumeau for a week, pumpkin soup for a week. But yeah, I'm from Haiti, and the island is rampant with witchcraft, with all types of wickedness. And I'm not saying that it was my family members, my relative, that have indulged in these things, but who knows, if there had been any type of curse on the bloodline, or if anyone has spoken evil or against my bloodline. So I want to be able to um to recognize that and be able to pull those things down so that my family and I could go higher. And yeah, because this year everything that's attached to me wins. Like Jakala Carr says, everything attached to you wins. And I believe that everything attached to me will win, because no longer will and even things as in, dealing with rejection and disappointment and all those things, those have to be dealt with. Those things do take root in us sometimes, and they do affect who we are, how we behave, both in the natural, spiritually, and psychologically. Those things do a number. And I want to be able to recognize and be like, no, we're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that. That got to go. This has to go. It needs to be burnt up. And so that was my self-reflection over the past week or so. That's what I've been thinking about, and I'm getting rid of all the hurt, all the disappointment, all of it. It does not have room here, because in this season we are going higher. In this season we are fulfilling the purpose that God has for me and for us, for me, especially because I'm tired of being tired. And I'm not doing it no more. So we have to go back and take back ourselves. We have to take back what the enemy thought the enemy has stolen from us. And it just is what it is. I am looking forward to doing the work. It's going to be work. It's going to be prayer, fasting, supplication, all of the above. And I used to be so busy and wouldn't make the time. I'm not going to say that I didn't have time. I just did not make the time. But my life is depending on it now. That's what I've been looking back, like, your life depends on it. And so we got to make the changes. I have to change my mindset, change the way that I think. I think my pastor even said that today about, we have to change the way that we think. And so we got to do the work. I have to do the work to begin to really heal and really forgive and let go of those things. My sister in Christ, hey Tip, started a podcast called The Healed House, Girl Be Healed. And I'm super excited for that, because it was something that God gave her to do. And I still struggle. So I still need to go through the healing process. So I'm super excited for her weekly podcast of just the word, and being encouraged in that sense. I'm super excited about what God is doing in my life this year, and in my ministry, in my church, and around the people, the people around me. And I'm just so excited. And I urge you to kind of do a self-reflection and see what it is that you have not dealt with. Um, the word says to cast our cares upon him, because he cares for us. And why are we dragging, all this hurt, all these depression? Why are we dragging anxiety? I know it's easier said than it is done. We're dragging around all the hurt, the disappointment, the anger, the everything, when God says cast it all upon him and take up his yoke, because it's easy and light. I'm paraphrasing, but still. Yeah, so I'm no longer bringing all this baggage, hauling all this baggage around with me. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And that's what my reflection this week has brought to my attention. So I urge you to do the same, and seek God, and he will direct your path for sure. But thank you so much, so much for watching Simply Me.